The teenager in custody in connection with a shooting of another teenager could be charged as early as today. We first told you about the shooting in the 1700 block of Teal Avenue in Lansing yesterday. A 14-year-old boy who was shot is in critical condition, but Lansing police say he is improving. A 16-year-old boy was taken into custody shortly after. His name won't be released until he's arraigned. We'll let you know when that happens. Marijuana businesses are one step closer to being legally able to open up shop in Jackson. Jackson City Council members approved 2 ordinances concerning medical and recreational marijuana during a special meeting last night. The council is now in the process of creating a framework for medical marijuana businesses to operate in Jackson. The city also approved opting into Michigan's new Recreational Marijuana Act passed by voters this month. The ordinances will be brought up again for a final vote at another meeting in the future. Nearly 100 medical marijuana businesses operating without a state license can stay open in 2018. The State Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs says it would not shut down any pot shops this year. More than 200 pot shops applied for a license by a February 15th deadline. The state says 98 of them are still operating while seeking a license. Senators are set to grill top administration officials over the U.S.'s response to Saudi Arabia over the killing of a journalist. And as John Lawrence reports, the classified briefing could determine how far Congress is willing to go to punish Saudi Arabia for the death of Jamal Khashoggi.
Controversy continues to swirl around last month's murder of Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi. Critics of the White House say President Trump is dismissing Saudi Arabia's involvement in the killing.
We have a president who is part of the cover-up as to what happened in that consulate or embassy when Mr. Khashoggi was murdered.
More information is expected to be given to senators during a closed-door meeting Wednesday. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and Defense Secretary James Mattis will be on hand. But this briefing is also drawing criticism because of who won't be there. CIA Director Gina Haspel.
Her absence is obvious, and it's noted, and it raises a serious question as to whether this administration is giving us the whole truth.
Sources say Haspel's department concluded earlier this month that Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman ordered Khashoggi's death, but the president wasn't as certain.
Maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
Regardless, members of both parties believe action is needed against Saudi Arabia.
I think almost no one believes we should completely and totally fracture our relationship with the Saudis. But yes, some kind of response is going to be appropriate, and we're going to continue to talk about that.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
If you're a Consumers Energy customer, your gas bill is going to be a little cheaper starting next month. The $31 million in refunds are due to the Federal Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which cut the corporate tax rate from 31% down to 21%. The average Consumers customer will save just under $2 on monthly bills from December to May of next year.